disconnected.
Hey guys, welcome to the channel, Woodzman Adventures. I'm Frank, and I just want to talk to you today about the Honda CRF250L again, yeah. But usually I talk about why I love the CRF250L, why I bought the CRF250L. Well, this time I want to talk about why you shouldn't buy the CRF250L. Now, I am talking about, when I say this, I'm talking about in stock form. What to expect whenever you buy one. So some people will go out and I know they buy one and it's not what they expected. Some people it exceeds their expectations. It kind of just depends on the person. But one of the reasons why you shouldn't buy a CRF250L that I think is, and I'm talking about stock form again, if you're buying the bike and you plan on doing a lot of highway miles, and you live a big city, you got to ride freeways that are, 80 mile an hour speed limits and stuff, well, the CRF250L may not be for you, because it is limited on speed. You actually could gear it up, you can pep up the power and make it a little better, but in stock form, this bike is not a freeway bike, and I have rode it on freeways and 4 lanes at 70 miles an hour, but 70's pushing it. You can go up to 75 or even more, 80, but you're pushing it. I mean, comfortable riding this bike is around the 55 to 65 mile an hour range. It does a great job, it's real comfortable, and it does a good job at that speed. But if you want to ride long ways on the freeway, I wouldn't recommend this bike. Another thing is if you're buying this bike and all your buddies have a crotch rocket, something fast, and they want to go flying through the curves and stuff on paved roads, well, the Honda CRF250L probably wouldn't be a good choice if that's the type of crowd you're going to ride with. Nothing wrong with them kind of bikes. They're great. They're a lot of fun, and I've owned them. But if you're going to ride that type of riding, then I wouldn't recommend the CRF250L. It's not a cornering bike. It's not a fast bike. It's just made for, for some off-road, some on-road, and it's great for what it is. Another thing is, if you're going to be riding 2-up and taking big rides 2-up, it gets pretty uncomfortable, even with an aftermarket seat. The stock seat is terrible, even by yourself. But if you put on a aftermarket seat like a Corbin seat or a Seat Concepts, you vastly improve the comfort, no doubt about it. But when you're riding 2-up and you go for a long ride, well, especially the passenger gets extremely uncomfortable. You get hamburger butt, as I call it, pretty fast. So riding 2-up is great to run to town or to run down to the creek, run to some back roads and stuff, but for big trips and you're going to ride 2-up, then I wouldn't recommend this bike. I would recommend something more like an Africa Twin. The Africa Twin is extremely comfortable with 2 people. Also, if you're buying this bike because your buddies ride dirt bikes and you want to ride a dual sport because you can ride it on the highway and you think, well, it's a dirt bike, I can take it off-road and do all the stuff they can do. You can take it off-road and it will do most of the stuff they're going to do. Maybe not as good because they're totally dirt oriented. This is dirt and street oriented, so you're going to give, you're going to give some if you do that. And if you plan on racing this motocross, jumping on tracks and doing jumps, the suspension on this bike, for what it's made for, to be okay on paved road and okay on dirt roads, is fine. But if you go jumping, this bike is not a jumper in stock form. Now, you can put Race Tech suspension on it, or Olin's suspension, and vastly improve it where this thing can jump and it's capable. But you also do have a weight factor compared to a dirt bike. A dirt bike is a lot less weight than this thing. So that's a big thing too. Not a jumper. The CRF250L, if you're gonna jump some little jumps, it's okay, but now I can tell you that a CRF250L, you will bottom out. The back shock is probably a little better than the front forks as far as the stiffness. You can crank the spring and make the back shock to where it will be stiffer, but that's about all you can do. There's no adjustability on the front or rear other than the tightening the nut to tighten up your rear shock. The front has no adjustability at all, so you can't adjust it. So jumping, you will bottom the forks, and it don't take a very big jump to do it. So I just wanted to mention some things on this bike. If you're wanting to buy it, it is a great bike, and as I said before in a lot of my videos, it's my favorite bike. It's the best bike I've ever had, in my opinion. Most fun, most reliable. This thing is a tank. It is absolutely bulletproof. I've took this thing off-road through rocks. I've took it through mud. I've took it on big trips. I've took it almost everywhere. I've beat this thing, and not even close to how I treated my 2014. I was really a lot rougher on the 2014. This is my 2018 Honda CRF250L. My 2014 really got the abuse, and it just keeps on ticking. The thing just don't break. So I just wanted you to know, before you buy one, why you shouldn't buy one if you're planning on doing some of those things with this bike. Other than that, if you're wanting a great dual sport to go have fun on, you won't beat the Honda CRF250L, especially for price. I mean, the price and what you get, the reliability and the quality, you're getting a super bike. So thank you all for watching Woodzman Adventures. Click the thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, check out my Amazon store. I have a link below to everything Honda CRF250L you can pick up at my Amazon store. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Right on, guys.